When performing security assessments, there are different viewpoints that you can take. This is important because there are different types of attackers or threat agents that you may need to be aware of, and these will have varying degrees of knowledge and access that need to be considered. By changing the viewpoint of the testing, you can get a more accurate view of what an intentional or accidental exploitation of a vulnerability might actually mean to your organization. You will need to consider external viewpoints, which may include the access that anyone outside of your organization would have. For instance, if you have a well-defined security perimeter, the external viewpoint would be the view from outside of that perimeter. Imagine standing outside of a castle. The external viewpoint would require you to pass over a moat, climb a wall, and then get through any other defenses that might be in place. When planning assessments using external viewpoints, you would consider all of these limitations and then work them in when developing your plan of attack. An internal viewpoint, on the other hand, would be focused on the insider threat. Insider threat is a much discussed topic, and I will not try to define the exact meaning of that term here. But for this example, an internal test could involve assuming that someone has already come into the castle using something like a Trojan horse or something, and that they now have elevated access. They've entered the castle using the Trojan horse, and they're starting their attack from the inside. They would have direct access to the internal controls, such as the drawbridge controls or other security mechanisms that they could then take advantage of during an attack. They may even be able to leverage some of your internal security controls to further their attacks or to hide themselves easier. A more modern example of internal test would include having credentials to a website provided to you in advance. This drastically changes your attack surface and will often broaden the entire scope of the test.